meet the first ever Johnny Depp lookalike on my YouTube channel. Now, I will admit this required a lot of work to achieve the images I'm going to be showing you, okay? And I'm doing a whole series on just celebrity lookalikes and breaking down hairstyles that they've had. You cannot get any more realistic than this. And let me tell you, I have a bunch of celebrity lookalikes lined up. I posted something on my community tab, and all of you have been posting, so go to my community tab and just add to the list of who you want to see these recreations of. So I'm not going to be doing any live haircuts. I'm literally just going to be going over these photographs and showcasing. So here we go. This is a Johnny Depp lookalike. It does not get any better or closer than this. So Johnny Depp has that kind of, I would say, fine texture, but he has a lot of hair. And because he's colored his hair so much, that gives the hair a different type of grit and texture. So let's take a look at the sides. You can see those sides are a bit lighter. That's because of getting his hair colored and highlights. It's going to change the natural texture of his hair or your hair, which means it can be a bit more pliable. It may dry it out a bit, but it can be a bit more pliable. So the length on the sides probably comes down to, I would say, the bottom of the ear, maybe a little past halfway. So if you want to have your hair like this, you need to make sure that the sides are about halfway down your ear. And then the back, as you can see, it's even longer than that. The whole thing starts off where the very front is probably to the bridge of the nose and then angles down, going shorter in the front to longer all the way into the back. Now, the top isn't really heavily layered, right? It's actually fairly one length, but the layering is created throughout the sides of the hair and the back. And you can achieve this by telling your stylist that you want long layers just towards the ends. You can even have them go in and texturize it with a razor, okay? Now, wait till you see these next images. Check this out. So, this is another example of the same type of style. These waves, okay? Again, they're longer layers. If you utilize something like my Tidal Wave sea salt spray and you spray this into dry hair or damp hair, you can let it air dry. I would say spray Tidal Wave in first, and then you can scrunch your hair, and scrunch it meaning you take your hair and you almost squeeze it into your hands like a ball and scrunch it, and then release it, and it's going to create a natural type of texture as it dries. You have to reshape your hair in order to get this. If you have naturally wavy hair, then you're good to go. But this is pretty much straight hair with a lot of texturizing and styling to it. You can achieve this also by using my diffuser that comes with my ionic blow dryer. It comes with that magnetic attachment. So when you're blow drying it, and I have lots of videos on blow drying hair in order to make those waves, you can achieve this. Once again, look at the length. If you were to take the very front of this model's hair and pull it all the way down, it would probably go past the bridge of the nose and maybe even to the top lip. So this haircut is all about making sure that the length is there. And once again, the layers are probably on, I would say, like medium to long layers. All right, there's not a lot of movement going on, and this would be more of a square shape haircut, meaning that the layers are pulled out from the head where the top is very flat. They're not pulled up from the head, but they're pulled more out. So think of a square, the shape of a square. It's flat on top and then comes out on the sides. That's how, if you want this type of style, you need to say to your stylist, you're looking for square layers, and hopefully they will be able to achieve this. Now, I do not suggest going to a barber who specializes in skin fades and lineups, okay? You need to find a hairstylist who understands how to do these types of styles. Now, are there barbers who can cut these cuts? Of course. You just need to find one and make sure that when you're looking up their work on social media that they have haircuts like this in the work that they've done. You have to do some research, right? Because this is a haircut that you're going to be paying decent money for. This isn't a 1, 2, 3 hack job. This is someone who understands how to really shape hair, and then it's up to you to be able to duplicate this style at home. A lot of this comes down to the product and styling, believe it or not. All right? A lot of it comes down to the styling and the product. Now, this next image, this is the one you've been waiting for. Check it out. There it is. The classic kind of middle part, the Johnny Depp middle part. So, this one now is a bit more straighter. So, I would say this is when the hair is blow dried, a bit straighter, and you can do this if your hair is wavy or your hair is a bit more on the dry side or, somewhat kind of damaged or rough. You can blow dry the hair straight. This is where my larger 2.5-inch round brush comes in, and my blow dryer. Blow dry the hair straight, and then something like my product Shadow or my crafted matte pomade. The matte pomade would be phenomenal for this, or even Shadow would be good for this, or even Success Paste, because this is a very loose, free-flowing type of style, but you also need something to control it. You can have, straight hair and achieve this. Now, I want you to see the sides. His ear is exposed, so it looks a lot longer, but keep in mind, it looks a lot shorter. Keep in mind that the hair is probably tucked back behind the ear. So pay close attention to that area. Look at that area right now and see how his ear is exposed. You can easily achieve that by tucking the hair behind the ear, okay? And those shorter pieces in front, those are just the sideburns. So you can have those sideburns a bit shorter, and then everything else beyond that is longer. If you were to take that section right above the ear and pull it straight down, it's going to be pretty much the same length as everything else. The reason why hair looks shorter when it's a bit wavier or scrunched, like in the other images, is because when you do that, the hair will shrink up and it's going to appear shorter. When the hair is straight, it's going to look its longest. Keep that in mind. And you can see, if we were to take that section in the front and pull it down, it's going probably to his bottom lip. It's going to be about an inch and a half longer than if his hair was maybe damp or texturized to have it a bit more on the wavy side. So keep that in mind. You need to make sure your hair is long enough. How do you get this style if your hair is shorter? You have to grow your hair out. And I did a video not that long ago explaining and giving some tips on growing your hair out. If you have really short hair, grow it until it's like, the front is like to your top lip. Then maybe get it shaped up. Okay, get it shaped up, and then you can, have it styled and trimmed into this. But this is a lot of, maintenance, experimenting with your hair, and just growing your hair long enough to where you can have it look like this. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. It could take 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, a year. Depends how short your hair is. You have to be patient. Use the right products that I have on my website. 25 spray would be amazing for something like this. But that's pretty much it. Now, again, go to my community tab and you'll see the post I made. List out what celebrity lookalikes you want to see. And trust me, I have a bunch lined up. So the next videos, and I may even just do this for a long time. Let me know who you want to see. You're not going to get better images than these models right here. So I'm happy to do these for you. It's a lot of work to create these and go over it. But that's it. So if you want to use any of my products, use code YouTube20 at shop.thesalonguy.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.